darkness to light, faith versus fear, judgment versus redemption. Today, we're embarking on an exciting journey where we'll explore some profound themes that tie this saga together. Stoke your adventurous spirit because we're gonna delve into some territories that demand courage and curiosity. Roll that intro package.
Okay, Daddy.
That's right. What's up, everybody? I am Nick Casucci, the creator of Holy Man. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, ring the bell so you can get notified. I am here with weekly videos where we dive into everything Holy Man, including behind the scenes insights, inspiration, and the story itself. Today, we're gonna discuss some of the themes that I'm weaving into the story of Holy Man. But before we dive into some of those themes, let's do some foundational work on storytelling. Robert McKee, he wrote a book called Story for all of you story nerds out there, like me. Robert defines a story like this: all good stories tell how and why life changes. Stories are vital to help us make sense of the world. They allow us to share information as well as make it memorable so it lasts and impacts us. One of the core themes in Holy Man is darker stories. These stories, with their grit and rawness, often resonate more with the real struggles, pain, and fear that we encounter in our lives. They sometimes feel more authentic, unlike narratives that portray an idealized world. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. The Bible itself gets pretty ratchet sometimes, guys. It gets really dark. There's lots of stories where stuff straight out of Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad is in there. So it confuses me when Christians don't want to watch shows like that because it glorifies evil. And yet, in the Bible, we have these same stories. And it makes me wonder, I go down this thought train. Okay, so because the Bible is scripture, is that why it's okay to present evil? Only holy, ratchet texts and stories are safe for us to consume. Like what? That doesn't make sense. We shouldn't live in fear of acknowledging and existing around dark, gritty, maybe even evil things. Jesus hung out with unholy people all the time, demonstrating a divine comfort in the presence of those who needed redemption the most. It's time for us to toughen up a bit. It's time to put on our big Christian pants, okay? Let's toughen up a little bit, grow a little backbone, okay? And this is something I was taught going into working in Hollywood. Like, yeah, there's gonna be dark stuff. It's like that in any profession. The corporate world is ruthless. You gotta gird your loins before you go into these places. If you believe that the God of heaven is with you, you don't think you're gonna have an influence? I mean, come on. It's time to face the darker aspects of life head on. People right now are struggling with immense pain and darkness, and it's wrapped up in their stories. If we can't empathize with them and their stories, the dirty, ugly mess, we won't be able to make a genuine impact for the kingdom and help them. We'll be surface level at best and will dehumanize at worst. But here's the beauty of telling these darker stories. We don't stay in the dark. Remember, stories is about how and why life changes. Through the story of Holy Man, we're gonna tell this story of how things go from darkness to light. But you have to start in darkness for the transition to light to make an impact. You can't start in light to still light because we gotta appear righteous because we can't do things wrong. And then we're back to light. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's so flat. But the more dramatic a transition, the more impactful the story will be. Preaching. I hope all that makes sense. I don't pretend to know everything or be the authority in all of this. These are things I've been thinking about, I've been chewing on, I've been developing, I've been blah, 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 blah. I'm not quite sure if this is the best way to articulate it. So if you have something to add or to argue, please let me know in the comments. I would love to discuss this with you because I haven't figured all this out, and I'm always interested in learning new things, hearing different perspectives, and growing for the better. Okay, let's get back to themes. This is a really heavy episode. Cha-cha-cha. Redemption. Redemption is a big theme in Holy Man. It is something I've been thinking about a lot the last 3 years or so. I think redemption is one of the coolest things ever. It's amazing. And redemption involves a trade where someone gets a better deal. And through Jesus, we have the ultimate redemption story. But it also plays out in smaller ways in life. It's beautiful. He's beautiful. We think he's like us. We think he's mean and gross, and he let us fall, and that's, he created evil in us, but he created an opportunity for him to make all things new in a different way than if he had just done it himself. He actually wants us to do things with him. And that's the crazy thing. He makes it better, and then he goes, yeah, and you did that. Like, what? No, I didn't. He's like, yeah, you did. It's like, what? Okay, God. Redemption's awesome. Lastly, we have the eternal battle between faith and fear and pride. This battle unfolds in our minds every single day, whether we're aware of it or not. We can have faith in God or a higher power, ourselves, or a belief that good will prevail, versus succumbing to our fear and pride, which just gets ugly. Fear is, oh no, this is gonna happen. And pride is, I got this anyway, and it fakes it. Shepherd's journey is a transformation of going from fear and pride to learning how to walk in faith. Personally, I have struggled with fear so much through my life. Fear of what people think of me, fear of not being accepted. And that's led me to pride of going either, oh, I can just handle it by myself, or in a group setting, oh, I got this, don't worry, I know how to do this. But in reality, I'm just a mess. But faith isn't fear or denial or any of that. Faith is being sure even when you don't feel it or see it. Even this project right now is a huge act of faith for me. Putting my face on camera, talking about my thoughts, my desires, this is all new to me. But because I have faith in this project, because I have faith that God put something inside of me that you might need to hear, that you might need to see. I have faith that this is going to do something, and so I'm doing it. Well, that's a wrap for the exploration of Holy Man's themes. Share this with fellow seekers of extraordinary stories. And remember, faith can overcome fear, and darkness can lead to light. I'll see you next time.